one thing, when I was a young entrepreneur, I think one of my best decisions is to learn and accept that you have sometimes, and maybe most of the times at the beginning, you have to invite people smarter than you that will get
For sure.
more payroll than you.
Yeah.
So they will get more money than you, but they're helping you
Build your
taking this company
yes.
where you want it. At the end, you are the owner of the company, but you're bringing these people, and be humble enough and taking the risk of paying this good talent and listen to them and have like a right wing, right? That your COO
Yeah.
is the most important piece with your financial CFO.
Absolutely.
Those two. You can call them whatever you want to call them, because when you're a small company, you don't call them seniors. But those two positions are crucial, because the CFO is the brakes of the car. So if you're an entrepreneur, you're a Ferrari, and you don't have a brakes. So I always say, it's not about the power of the engine, but the power of the brakes.
Breaks.
So true.
So if you don't have that financial guy, whatever you want to say, at the administration, and then in the other side, you have all these ideas and ideas and ideas, and that's your competitive advantage. But then you forget how to implement them and follow up and all that. So who's going to take care of the team? Who's going to take care of this idea and this? So you need that COO to, grab it on the air, get it going, and take care of the team, because in a certain moment, as an entrepreneur, you're thinking about the next big thing.
Next big thing. Sure.
So entrepreneurship, he's very rightly said, and I am a firm believer that at certain level, when you grow to a certain level, entrepreneurship becomes that sports car for you, where you can just speed up anytime you want, as much as you want. Everyone can sit in your car, and if it's a running company, it's a successful company, press the accelerator. What they will not know and where they will fail is not knowing where to turn that car and where to brake that car. The minute you goof up on that part of turning and braking the car is when you're failing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everyone loves to accelerate and just drive a brilliant sports car.
I have two interesting questions about this. Since we are talking about business and sports cars, it's very important for a sports car and a business to pivot, as you said. But if you have been in the business for long, then it becomes very difficult for you to pivot easily. And the second is, how can I build good teams? Now that brings me to the leadership side. But I would really like to know about how can a business pivot in these challenging times where the market is competitive and everybody is after you. And because a small mistake can wrap up your business.
I'm going to go a little bit back to answer that if I have the time. I try to be fast. But I don't, first and foremost, I don't believe, I've been hearing a lot that 10x, 20x, 100x, grow. And I say, okay, and I love when companies grow, but I'm more into the golden scale, right? The golden ratio, which everything has to be proportional.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna grow on sales, make sure you're growing on the operation, you're growing on how the administration, how you're gonna take care of the people, how you know how to do that, and how you communicate. Because you can grow and grow, and you're this sport car. Now I'm getting into sports car, but you are not working on the brakes, you're not working on the comfort of the people who are gonna be inside the car, and then you end up with a mess.
Yeah.
The fast you go up, the fast you're gonna fall. And the highest you are, the fall, it hurts even more.
Deeper the
so when I see about this proportion, this ratio, is you have to be ready with your team to pivot. Because if your team is not ready, it's like when you're in a motorcycle. Let's change to motorcycles. You are at 80 kilometers per hour or 100 or 160, and then you turn, and if the guy or that is behind me is not moving with me, like in the motorcycle,
Yeah.
we're gonna fall. But imagine 40 executives behind me, and I just turn, and they are not communicated. They don't know where we're going. They don't know how is the business model, how's everything. I will lose half of them. So when I pivot, I have to make sure my team is ready to make that move. So that's why you have to get them ready. Now, when you have to pivot and provoke that, because if you don't do so, you start losing relevance. You start, you have to keep moving, and we see it in basketball, right? Steve Curry with Stephen Kerr, these binomial, the coach and they changed the way basketball was played, because now they are throwing three-pointers. So the defense didn't know how to do things. And if you don't do that, eventually you're gonna end up being one more.
Yeah.
So you have to learn to pivot. But sorry that I went all the way back to have this proportion, communication, alignment, so you're ready to turn.
Yeah.
Because if not, you lose half of the team. And then you go back to loneliness, right? We say that. And then we complain, it is a lonely ride. Well, because you don't communicate. You are these crazy ideas. You don't tell anybody. You don't know how to articulate, and you don't know how to dance, so your legs move to one side and your arms to the other side.
And then you'll fall.
Yeah, and we're connecting all these analogies, right? I'm sorry, but that's the way.
I mean, it completely makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.